Welcome, we are Investella, a science and technology fund. In this presentation, we will show you how we run a company and why you should invest with us.
Our team at Investella includes Sean, our CEO, Luke and David, our CIOs, Kieran, our Chief Economic Historian, and myself, Anya, and I am the Chief Marketing Psychologist.
Our aim at Investella is to achieve long-term capital growth for our investors by investing in both the technology and biotechnology sectors. We have both a business and ethical mindset when it comes to investing. Investella strives to increase the returns of our investors while also investing in companies with a moral obligation to improve the lives of the population.
We focus on identifying high-growth themes in technology and science, such as AI, computing, electronic vehicles, and biotech. We find companies tied to these themes, investing in either emerging companies or those with a track record. Our team analyzes the investments to determine if the rate of return will outweigh its risk. Finally, we closely monitor our portfolio, rebalancing it to keep it in line with our investment strategy.
At Investella, our main strategy for our investments revolves around the technology and biotechnology sectors. As you can see in the pie chart on the screen, we've invested 27% of our fund in the technology sector and a further 45% in the biotechnology sector. As these sectors are quite volatile, we have also compensated for this by investing around a quarter of our fund in low-risk investments, cash and bonds, to compensate for any loss that might be incurred.
We try to manage risk in several ways, through rebalancing, option strategies, and our experience and knowledge. Rebalancing allows us to reduce the impact of volatility by moving our assets into safer securities, such as bonds and cash. When necessary, we will hedge our investments by purchasing options. This protects us from losses beyond a certain point. The intuition and experience of a trader is an important part of risk management. By remaining humble and finding where we went wrong in the past, we can avoid making the same mistakes.
Over the month of November, our portfolio made a return of over 14%. Our biotechnology investments made a return of over 770,000, and our technology investments made a return of over 660,000. Our portfolio was also found to be 87.3% impactful under our moral and ethical considerations. Such considerations include consumer safety, mindful business models, ethical leadership, and clean air, while also avoiding investing in companies that use fossil fuels, produce greenhouse emissions, and are energy intensive.
The aspect of any investment brochure is an analysis of how well the portfolio would have performed in the past. This is known as backtesting, and to put it quite simply, our portfolio would have performed phenomenally over the past 12 months. It would have seen a return of over 146%. While we do not expect to receive returns of such magnitude in the future, we do still expect to receive quite high returns, as a lot of the stocks that we are investing in are new and are projected to grow immensely in the future.
As our CEH just said, we can't expect to experience growth as incredible as the last 12 months every year, but we have invested in a number of companies which we believe have catalysts for growth in both the short and long term. The tech sector is very volatile, and we use this to our advantage by actively managing our positions, by taking profits periodically and later buying back into these companies at a lower price. As well as this, we are constantly researching smaller companies to take stakes in, such as Palantir, who we expect to grow exponentially over the next year and have begun purchasing shares in.
David and I will continue to hold our existing positions in companies we believe are continuously striving to be innovative and constantly improving their products. We also monitor companies that are in their clinical trial stages of treatments and cures, and we'll invest in these companies accordingly. Our team have identified that cannabinoid-based medicines has huge potential for growth in the coming years, with companies beginning to legalize this practice. We've also identified companies that are making advancements in the treatments and cures of cancers and other genetic diseases, and we will closely monitor their progress with the intention of potential future investments.
The short-term outlook of the markets is very uncertain, with COVID-19 cases continuing to rise and lockdowns continuing to happen. But thankfully, the long-term view is more upbeat, with 3 COVID-19 vaccines being announced in the last month. Navigating these volatile markets was a challenge, but we at Investella believe we did a good job. An example of this was the fact that we invested in a number of biopharmaceutical companies and not just Pfizer, as we didn't know who would come out with a successful COVID vaccine first, and so we diversified risk. In terms of ethical investing, we at Investella believe we should reward clients' investments, both financially and morally. We thought of 3 ways to invest ethically and deliver our clients with this promise. And the first was finding a way to end this global pandemic. And so we invested in companies such as Pfizer, who were creating vaccines. The second was our want to help people long term. And so we invested in companies such as Regeneron, who continue to make cancer treatments. Finally, our responsibility towards our planet was our last driving factor. And we decided to invest in the technology sector in companies such as Tesla and NIO, who manufacture electric cars. We hope that electric cars will stop the use of petrol and diesel cars, thus reducing the emissions of greenhouse gas and slowing the global warming.
This is a high-risk hedge fund. It is aimed towards wealthy investors such as yourself who are able to invest large lump sums of cash, because our strategy partly relies on having cash on hand to quickly take up new positions based on news events unfolding. Because this fund is so actively managed, we have set in place a 2 and 17 fee structure. This means that we charge 2% per annum of total assets under management, which is charged monthly, and a 17% performance-based fee charged yearly. This 17% fee, however, is only charged on gains made above a benchmark performance, which we have decided to be the S&P 500 over the same time period. We have set this high benchmark because we at Investella believe that we can and will consistently beat the market.
Final note is a quote by Warren Buffett. Success in investing doesn't correlate with IQ. What you need is the temperament to control the urges that get other people into trouble in investing. We at Investella take this quote with us every day when we are investing. We hope that you enjoyed our presentation and that you now realize that you should invest with Investella. Thank you.